Morning and welcome to BIFA Link TV, your daily dose of industry information. Today we welcome back Ian Matheson with his roundup of the latest industry news. So firstly, Ian, thank you for joining us this morning. How are you doing?
Pretty well, thank you, Natalie, and I hope you are too, but you sound a little bit groggy.
Yep, I am a little bit croaky this morning, but the show must go on.
Correct. And the show's going on in the container shipping industry, that's a fact. For many years, Drewry's World Container Index has been the go-to independent global reference for index-linked shipping contracts. And the analyst has detailed assessment for the week ending Thursday, May the 1st, showed that its index decreased again, this time by 3 percentage points to $2,091 per 40-foot container. That's an 80% reduction below the previous weekly peak of $10,377, which came during the COVID pandemic in September 2021.
And I understand that's still 47% higher than it was back in 2019.
Yep, that's correct, Natalie. It certainly is. And over in the world of air cargo, there was a report from IATA last week that volumes reached a record high for the month of March, as they sort of put this down to shippers possibly front-loading freight to avoid the anticipated US tariffs. IATA said that the total demand measured in cargo ton kilometres rose 4.4% year on year for March, with international operations seeing a 5.5% increase.
And I understand that the available cargo capacity is also up, say 4.3% higher as well.
That's right, and 6.1% for international services. On the subject of cargo theft and fraud, which I know BIFA has been very vocal on of late, there was a report published by BSI Consulting and TT Club last week that offered a strategic analysis of global cargo theft data, uncovering criminal activity and emergent threats to the supply chain. The full report can be read in the panel below, but 2024 cargo theft trends reveal a rapidly evolving landscape shaped by shifting criminal tactics and emerging targets. Food and beverage products were the most frequently stolen, accounting for 22% of all incidents, and 76% of thefts involved trucks. And in terms of theft types, hijackings led at 21%, followed by vehicle theft at 20%, theft from vehicles at 14%. The majority of thefts, 41%, occurred during transit.
And geographically, we've got quite a few hotspots out there, haven't we, that we want our members to be aware of. So we've got places like Brazil, Mexico, India, the US, but it's also over in Europe as well. We have Germany, don't we?
Yeah. There was some big news from some of the biggest brands in freight and logistics last week. UPS said it expects to cut 20,000 jobs by the end of the year, following its decision to reduce the volume of Amazon business it handles. The company also announced 73 facilities would close by June's end as part of the largest network reconfiguration in its history, according to Carol Tomei, who's their CEO.
That's a lot of people that can be looking for new positions, Ian.
That's right, Natalie. And there may be a few more following the completion of DSV's acquisition of Schenker last week. The acquisition brings over 70,000 employees into DSV's fold, and that forms a 160,000 strong workforce spanning 6 continents. Many in the industry see the acquisition as a sort of strategic play in a tightening global supply chain environment where agility, network depth, and cross-border integration matter more than ever. Mergers of this size, as we've seen, rarely come without challenges. There's cultural alignment required, systems integration, and customer continuity will be the key pressure points over the coming months. For many, the deal signs a reshaped competitive map in global freight. In addition to the employee roster, ripple effects are likely to be felt across carrier relationships, procurement strategies, and third-party logistics partnerships.
Yeah, I understand the sentiment within DSV will remain quite upbeat and positive.
Yeah, they still sound very upbeat. There was an earnings call last week, and they were still very positive about this development. Natalie, any regular viewers of What the Papers Say episodes who wants even more news presented in this sort of convenient format should pay a visit to the Loadstar website to catch up on its weekly News in Brief podcast. It's been published now for a good while at the end of each week and provides an excellent recap of that week's supply chain news, as well as giving listeners a heads up on what to look out for in the impending week.
I understand it's a podcast that's well worth listening to, Ian. So what we'll do for our members is we'll pop a link in the description below for that so they can catch up on that as well.
That's great. And finally, Natalie, I know we mentioned him last week, but we should give a big shout out to Robert Jervis from the organiser of the multimodal event, who has completed his charity walk for Transaid from London to the NEC in Birmingham. And I hope he recovers from his blisters pretty soon.
That's right, Ian. I have actually been following Robert's journey on LinkedIn. And I understand he's raised just over £5,000 now.
Yeah, that's right, Natalie.
So if any of our viewers watching would like to support Robert Jervis, we'll be able to provide a link to his fundraiser in the description below. Ian, thank you very much for your roundup this morning. It's great to see you.
Good to see you too, Natalie, and I hope you're feeling better soon.
Thank you. All of the articles that Ian has talked us through this morning will be available in the description below. That's all for today's episode of BIFA Link TV, your daily dose of industry information.